It's double Sheriff here for Defy and Forsaken, a strategy we've seen a few times from them.
Paybrex just nice tepid beginning. Nothing explosive. Contacting, they actually take ramp control. Relatively free, gets him into position. Boombot spots it though. Have to be cautious of some util being used in response. CGRS will be the Trailblazer. Getting away with so much in the moment. Trailblazers exchanged. Little nade into the corner. A lot of damage being done. There's taking a bit of heal inside. Flash on top of it. It's all being collected. Util combo together to earn any sort of advantage.
But a good pushback from Mindfree, who manages to trade out a kill and leave EG on defense without their initiator that can grab information for them. Oh, Giorgamo's trying to find a timing. He's just heard them all run away.
Yep, close to the corner though. That's going to be watched for by Defy. Shuts it down. No funny business. No lurk timings to be gathered and gained. And it's left Paybrex to readjust and reassess actually the situation they're in here. They're like, okay, we've got a player advantage. Maybe they hear the drop. Even one falling to the ground. Fortunate timing. Couldn't really stand his ground and take the fight yet. He does deliver. Snake might drop down on top of it. There's going to be that collapse and combined pressure. 20 seconds now onto rope, onto the ramp, I should say. Flash try and at least gain them a bit of ground, but have dropped down. Spike in the hands of CGRS. It's a mad dash to try and get over to the B site.
10 seconds left.
8 seconds left. Plant. Plenty of time to at least tap it and explore a little bit.
The thing to me is how much value EG were able to generate from taking these fights over towards Heaven. I mean, Com gets one in that spot, and then Boostio picks up another. Paybrex are trying to find unusual timings to pressure. Jing has a shorty and a blast pack. Where are you off to?
Yeah, what could he do with it?
What kind of mischief can you get yourself into?
Usually, he's going to be able to do a bit of damage. That's a team flash. No! Okay.
And he dies.
Yeah, walking right into it. Forsaken having a go of it with a Marshall purchase.
Well, it's a good job you're not expected to do anything in that round. Paybrex falling flat on the face. But this is actually going to offer EG a great opportunity as long as they can clean up the rest of the rifles fairly cleanly. And suddenly, this doesn't look so clean anymore, does it?
Yeah, shot to the leg. Mindfree survives. Oh, okay, well, enough damage done that, yeah, should be easily done. And there
To start. Maybe this is part of the preparation that Potter's got them looking at, because they're bang on the money here. This is exactly where Paybrex are also stacked up.
Flash will notify them. You said there's one player there, grouped up. Set the sights now with a Trailblazer. Sent towards the choke, not actually broken. Double satchels,
Whoa!
flashes. This is all over the place. Forsaken, he's going for more.
What? Incredible play, and Defy on the lurk. Coming up through mid, picks off Demon 1, but only just managed to avoid getting assassinated by a flying Judge Jet player.
Jing might have overstepped himself though, he's fallen. To Heaven brought it into that 2 versus 2. CGRS left to hold on to this one angle. Com doesn't clear it. Not appropriately at least. Buying time, Boostio left alone here. Has to make footsteps though and he feels it. Time ticking away. CGRS.
It's got to be a massive confidence booster, realizing that you can win. But here's that play from Forsaken. Updraft dash into Heaven, catching the EG players who play.
Relenting for it. Similar scenes to the beginning of the round that we've just seen, only this time to pull. Double satchel play. Jing's already in their face. Trailblazer on the back. Stunder. Where's the punish? Satchel making a mark. No way. Giorgamo was hoping to punish that. He's brought down anyway. Here we go. Lurk timings. Be careful. Got to be certain of this one. Could not adjust it with a spray down. So Com only grabbing the one, but eventually brought down. Players enough and abound. This is brought to a 2 versus 2.
Big timing from Boostio there. Andy's watching for Jing.
Oh, Jing still wins it. It's duels, man. He's so keen and eager to take them.
And even when you know he's coming, it doesn't mean you can stop him.
Yeah. The cross-up placement was good in that instance still. Looks like we seen quite a lot of action, but still 50 seconds remaining in the round. Only a time to slow it down. Nade allows Mindfreak to cross into the site, into the corner, gets that plant out.
But Jing chooses not to. Jing's hiding in hell.
And he's just spotted Com. No way! What a pre-fire. Com's brought it to a 1 versus 1. and takes the fight to him. Unbelievable.
Professional career in Valorant, he is often put on kind of like marking the other elite players. His job is to shut them down and neutralize their impact. Not like straight down. And EG, their game plan there was trying to play for Demon One's Bladestorm. They get it online with a death. And this defensive setup looks a lot better now. PaperX moving away from their A-ramp control that they've been doing basically every round this half.
Flash in the back in the smoke. But yeah, finally moving away. PaperX, they don't really have the guns. It's carried them through. Only the one rifle. In the hands of Forsaken. Bulldog for Jing. Emphasis placed on them to make something of this. This round, it really does feel like a bit of a chokehold for EG. Trailblazer at the top, spotted it out, Demon. Dash almost getting blocked. Still there though. Got the damage done, backing away for the heal. Satchels through, Jorgamo, cheeky with the timing. Right from the back. There is no follow-up for that. Running a gunny, CGRS is shut down before he could even get started. Oh, nasty.
The pre-fire is just doing so much in this game. Anticipating the timings that PaperX are going to push into them. Spike dropped, unknown.
30 seconds left.
Com makes sure there can't be anything else. Abby players over towards A. They just allow Com to hold it within Viper's pit. So that isn't a tool that they have access to anymore. So I'm interested to see what they go for here again. You know, PaperX, almost every time they've had a serious chance, and they've given Boostio responsibility of locking down the B site, which is where the whole of PaperX are, with all ultimates on board.
Yeah, it's a weird buy into it. They want to take the fight straight to them with the knives. That's beamed down. Boostio couldn't see much. He was blinded. Tucked into the corner, stunned up. There is that punish in sight. Of course, Jing is the follow-up. It's that 1-2 punch. Classic PaperX style. Seeker's leading the way now to a potential easy opening. Ethan.
He's stopped the plans.
He has. He's denied that one. Demon One containing as well into the spawn. It's bought them time with the showstopper. Cosmic Divide there. Lighting him up into the corner. Maverick cannot withstand it. Device left alone. Spikes in the middle of nowhere. Tucked deep. Ult's going to be fading away. Wall is up. Just to try and fake like he could be lurking here, but this is just being watched for. Jiggle pick by Ethan. There's the second. That was dicey.
Here, Coach Alex is going to take attack time out. Look, they don't have anybody trying to stop players from peeking, and they're reading this push that Jing's going for every time. Every single situation that PaperX find themselves in a post plant or with site control.
Scattering with the guns. Really a full purchase from PaperX, but a smoke to cut them across again. Going back to the fast place, dash into the smoke, a pull to counter, and what a counter it is! Bait them in, strike them back, hammer and anvil style. The two entry players, I mean, Jing and Forsaken, they can get nothing done. The pathing there, dropping down into hell. There was a pull prior, and at this point, it's just an absolute...
That is double duelist versus double duelist. You don't often see the Raze and the Jet working together with this composition to defend the A side. But this has been an adjustment that EG have gone for in this match. Jorgamo's not playing towards mail or ability to play different spots. And they can play fast in the same way that Jing and Forsaken can play fast and loose.
Just being a bogging, no. There's a pull. Oh, wow. It's the util being used, and Astrastar, I think they're trying to punish the common position where Com has been playing, but he just spams them from mail. Collects one. PaperX obviously not favored in this round when they have been knocked down to the weaker guns anyway, but still hurts for them because it means EG are going to be up 7-1. If it keeps going like this, and well, just give Demon One a bit more practice, why not?
There's
just warm up the wrist.
So many layers everywhere to the way that EG is playing the defense. Once you get past the first, there's always something behind it. Like in mid, they're not playing aggressively to start out, but it feels like it with the orb. Then you run into Com just spraying you down there. The heaven pressure with Demon One to collect. Oh, Jing could have made something of that. Good try. But it puts everything down on a 7 health Mind Freak.
Yeah.
That just doesn't look in any way feasible for him. And a 7-1 lead for EG. They should be able to close this out, especially with how PaperX, in my opinion, look favored on the attack side of Split. If they were going to win one of the sides, I would expect it to be this one.
But they're just being dismantled. See which one pays off. Deep flash. Smoke was placed deep there by Forsaken. All in the face of Demon 1 means he's not granted that easy sightline.
But Boostio just holds with him, and together they feel confident enough to be able to re-clear this area to some degree. There's still that dangerous corner, which is getting pinged out right now.
I do like this.
But EG are on the line. They've got a bait and switch set up now too.
Bait and switch. There's the dash active. They're not going to expect Boostio close to the corner. Gliding right past. He spotted him on the minimap. Can Boostio get out alive? Not quite. Traded. Forsaken. He's in their face. It's the updraft dash play again, but again, not anticipating Demon 1. Brings down the opposites. Jet
Brent, also
Jet.
CGRS is in screens. The Paper-X have gotten everywhere.
Pushed in deep onto the corner. I mean, as expected, there was a jump spot, I believe, by Ethan. They seem to know that there could have been this chance and this timing.
But surely not this deep.
No, I don't think he realizes he's crossed, does he? It's a hard clearance. Not enough to get the shots onto it, and the satchel is nice, so Jorgen's set up for the trade. Aim wasn't reset in time.
Are the gods favoring you today with the spray into the pit?
Yeah, I've seen many of these rounds. Blazestorm being committed. Over the top with the updraft. Looking for a 3-2-1 entrance right into it, into the corner. Updraft all over the place. Twists and turns in the round, into the corner. Divide goes.
Too strong. Look at this.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, both grouping up together, making sure that they can't get picked off one at a time to deal with. They only just managed to adjust. More spread, more defaulting from Paper-X. Though again, it feels like a ramp is going to be the destination in mind.
Has to be a string of rounds here for Paper-X.
Even if they get to 5,
Yeah,
that feels to me like...
They've salvaged it at that point if they manage to get to 5, but they'd have to win out the rounds from here.
And it's still not an amazing half, was more my point.
Big flash, Jorgamo. This attempt, a chance to punish again, the exact same play! Demon 1 though, this time playing inside the smoke to punish it. Fool me once, shame on you. Still, they run forwards into the site, and the util is clearing all the corners. Jorgamo caught out in the open. Cosmic Divide cuts up the angles. Demon 1 still there. Crouch peek yet. Well, how does he have the presence of mind to clear it still? I just don't know with this guy, but he is quite an insane player.
Look at the setup though in the post plant. Barely anybody on site. Doubled up like it's a backstab in heaven.
Yeah, up into heaven here. They clear out the one player that was playing onto the site, but can they deal with these again? Onto the heaven players. It's up to Mindfreak. Does he have a pull for the plan? Looks like there's one.
But Com is ready for his positioning. Oh, they try the body block.
Yeah, body block this one. Mindfreak still on heaven. He could do a lot here. He's landed it. Enough kills found. 25 health though. Does he take the bait? It was tapped. He doesn't swing. Boostio, absolute balls of steel from Mindfreak. Swinging wide. Boostio gets half. Not enough time.
Doesn't feel safe at any point. And also, with his first peek, he sees they're both vulnerable. He sees that they're both in that spot, so I think that probably goes into the decision-making there, knowing that Boostio is going to be...
Ults to work with. Guns online. Grouped up towards B main. Looks to be that 4-1 split. Contacting. Dash is now active though. They want to go off of this as a snipe bait at their feet. Jing, their second thoughts on it. The pull was also expended here. Boostio is dodging. Utility flying into his face, but does he realize it? No. Forsaken was already on the line. A counter flash play, dropping down. Ethan's there. It's a 3-2-1 face. He's broken in the midst of it. Beautiful stuff by Forsaken. Liberties with the positioning, and Jorgamo forced into the impossible scenario. Has to save for this round, and that string of rounds that we were talking about, Josh, the possibility of it, it's a reality at this point, man.
Yeah, it's coming true. Forsaken's tempo catches Boostio completely off there. I mean, Boostio is trying to focus on the next wave through. He knows Forsaken's got through to Pillar, but he's hoping Forsaken's worried about somebody pushing CT, somebody pushing from heaven. He's worried, he's hoping Forsaken has some level of respect. No, not the Paper-X duelists. They're going to continue to apply pressure onto the site anchor until you force them to back up.
Essentially should be a 7-5 at this point. It doesn't look like it.
It's not great.
And the ults for Paper-X are flowing.
It looks like they might have done enough here to save the half. It's still not amazing. I feel like Paper-X would be like an absolute dream.
Cosmic Divide. It's let loose. They're trying to fake the A presence here of all of their players, but the Viper's Pit is going to be bogging them down. The goal is to try and take this one. Seekers does feel like a lot of heavy presence here, but now they hear it. Right into the open com. That was a miracle kill. He needed that one. Shuts down Jing with a showstopper, still maintains the pit. And it is this huge obstacle that's just waiting right in them.
But this whole thing was supposed to be a fake so that CGRS could take the spike with Devi into A. And Devi's called, rotators leaving, CGRS. Don't commit to B, come back to the A site. Boostio's stuck in a really weird position again.
Yeah, he's so worried about being pinched. He knows that Heaven was compromised. The choke on top of it. Deep flash into the back of the site. Boostio has the smoke at the choke, pushing through. Timing needed to be taken. He's got the spike down. It's going to be a cool mate. Spots out Devi. Repositions now. 50 health to his name. It's still not necessary. Not when a team's got his back. Mindfreak last alive. EG. They've done magic in this round. They really have.
Inside your pit. Ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
I think he got vulnerable. I think Jing managed to land on top of the snake bite. So he didn't have to hit every single pellet, but that's still one that...
Incredible consistency when it comes to these opening rounds here. Round 1, round 13 pistol rounds. Able to spiral that one into map wins. This entire tournament, that's been the case. Dash. Quick little peek for the information. Forsaken's out of there.
And Jing's the player that's going to float. Started the round over towards A, and now as CGRS doesn't see too much and they don't hear... Oh, the Trailblazer just goes straight over the top of Com's head too. They're going to re-push this area, knowing that Forsaken could have been playing there, and the pinch comes through from Vents.
Yep, CGRS just none the wiser towards it. It's up to Forsaken to hold down the choke point. Flash, it's dodged for now. Slight corner that he can play in. He's to hold it back, and he does kick out Ethan. That's a spike drop down. Isolating that one. Jing, in the meantime, the rest of his team refighting and retaking that Heaven control. Jorgen was towards the back here. Not shying away from it. Mindfreak eager to take the fight. Ground given up.
Only Boostio left in an impossible situation, surely.
Smoke popped up now. Jing was pushing in front of this. Pull.
Does he know that Forsaken is going to be on this timing behind him? It looks like he's aware.
Idea of it, yeah, but the crosshair's not pointed towards Heaven
For Paper X. Because their pistol round win rate has not been good. It has not been good. They've been getting their advantages through the gun round. Even on pistols, it's going to drag EG down to the point where this game's winnable.
Taking away those advantages. Paper X going to be feeling possibilities presented to them. Okay, that was the return of fire.
Good to neutralize that quickly before it snowballed any further.
Yeah, he did not want Boostio creeping through mid.
That's also the only sheriff that they had. Everybody else is on a classic. Paper X are going to be challenged here a little bit on their defense side, I think, to not overextend, to not get too aggressive. Devi loves doing these walk pushes down mid. About a minute on the clock, maybe more, something like 50 seconds. If EG are going to approach every round with the patience they've demonstrated on this, it may not pay dividends for them here with the weaponry so low. But I think it's going to ask questions of Paper X later on.
Almost casting out a net and baiting Paper X to just walk right into it.
That'll be the game plan.
Yeah.
But with a team as good as Paper X, even if they fall into the net sometimes, they'll just chew their way out.
Oh, yeah. Raw skill on display. So it's going to be offered to them. Lovely. Stay active in between the rounds. Although with the pace that this game is being played at, you don't really have too much time to do that. So
you want to keep your eyes on the action. Forsaken is gone line.
Meanwhile, a series of aggressive plays, pushing deep. It was a pull towards the one side, a smoke on the other. Forsaken! Oh, he strikes, lands it. Demon 1 brought down.
What a pick. And remember, if Forsaken does die, he's still got Bladestorm for next round. So it's not even that much of a gamble. But it's the right kind of risk that really introduces something that EG won't have been expecting, I don't think.
What kind of call has been made here? Some form of utility was sent flying. A lot of players scampering on Paper X's defensive setup.
They're worried about this Viper wall, I think, that Com's laid down and trying to get info behind it. They realize they need to make a push into B main, or at least see if anyone's over there. Oh!
Forsaken.
I mean, Forsaken had a lineup there with the operator. Jorgamo's never favored.
Yeah, still Forsaken 4, so the operator taken out of the mix. And again, noise has been cut. 40 seconds remaining. EG happy to slow it all the way down here.
They're looking to try and bait out an info play, but it's happening in B main, where there's no one on EG ready to collect.
Info gathered. Flash is going to be gathering that.
30 seconds left.
How fast? Playing through here. Jing, he pushes forwards. Pass a lot of this utility. Here's the footsteps. Now they're going to start running towards him. Damage is definitely done. Satchel's at work. Marshall spam. It's all laid on top of each other. It's raining lead right through the choke. An exchange of the guns is left up to it, but with only 12 seconds remaining, Jorgamo, he's got so much to do and not enough time.
Is there, it gives them all the info to rotate the rest of the team into A. And they managed to get Jing into a spot where he's pushed inside the smoke. Economy in a terrible spot. PaperX, they've pulled off the comeback at this point.
Yeah, bring it back into with the op purchase. Jing is shut down. Just trying to hold back onto the rope. That was a stinger in his face. Classic little play that you see with a double duelist.
And now cutting noise a little, waiting for that push. With Boostio on the other side of the map too.
Before the wall even goes up.
Everybody getting caught.
There with the op. Oh my, updraft, got to escape it. Nade at his feet, through the smoke. Showstopper's been earned. Into the side, into the corners. That damage done, not enough for a kill. With the shorty, yeah. Trusty sidearm. CGRS punching any would-be attackers onto his position.
And Demon 1, he knows roughly where CGRS is. Last known location of Mindfreak in B. That's what he's working with.
Oh my.
He's not going to expect Mindfreak to be this aggressive, I don't think, in heaven. But Mindfreak has to make a noise.
Yeah. Sound cue, something. As he might bait the drop. Dash is there, gets info. Demon 1. Does he hear it? The drop down. Not too certain.
He's going
Spots
for the
it out
one
anyway.
taps.
Going for the one taps. 3 HP. Why not? He's got the confidence for it. Smoke cut up the one angle. Now holds it. It's a bit of a gamble. 9 bullets left. Mindfreak. Left reeling. You have the confidence to take the fight. He's definitely got the health advantage, and with a swing like that, he can afford to take it.
Score's tied up at 8-8.
One enemy
Great attempt from Demon 1 there. But that was, PaperX love running this setup. But I don't think EG have been aggressive enough to run into it.
It's all been slowed down at the beginning. Heavy group up into mid. A repush as well into main.
It's so aggressive on the A defense.
Yeah, they're really going to try and get the punish, I think, onto opposite sides here. Jing is feeling the heat. Com backs away, absorbing a lot of this. Working themselves into spawn. They're already just walking all the way through. I mean, how's Jorgamo falling here?
Everywhere.
It's going absolutely to pot. Individual one-on-ones, why not? An entire...
So they go into Jing at mid, and then they go into Forsaken, and Mindfreak over towards B.
Rounds, that's 5 in a row. Satchel's at work again. Jorgamo seeking to have a bit of a repeat. It's literally a repeat of the round that they did prior. This time, knives at play, at work, updraft, over the top. Devi is punished. CGRS trying to play anti-flash. What a shot to hit for Boostio. Cheeky upgrade, rifle in his hands. We are down, I mean, it's the first 20 seconds of this round.
EG choosing to fight fire with fire. Increasing the pace instead of decreasing it. Makes sense on an eco.
And this is surely spotted, close to the corner into hell. There's no actual trade inside, but eventually it comes through, and there with the stingers.
If they're finding value doing that with stingers, are EG now going to decide to just do it with rifles as well? This looks like a bit of a weakness in how PaperX are holding, so I don't think they're going to be as quick.
Still caution being played. Oh, here we go. Have a showstopper with the pull. Oh, real damage being done. Still, Dash disengaging. Close to the corner here with a stinger. It's brought down. Jorgamo seeks to respond. Spam through the smoke. CGRS beaming him down. Ethan is trying to push through. Just the fire rate that was coming towards him there, but it's left to just these two. The slow play. EG, the ones who are being picked apart. There's the rifle. It's swapped around. Leaving the operator out in the open. Seekers covering a bit of a path.
Demon 1 has to be worried about the push here.
Oh, and he didn't expect it. What?
Double blast fight down mid with a showstopper. And Jing knows, based on his nade position, where Boostio is going to be. They're just so good at reading how defensive teams hit shots.
It feels like an unusual purchase. They are really brute forcing it. They still want to be leaning into it. Team 1 is a great player, but
I think the op, in theory, can be fantastic if Paper Rex play slowly themselves.
Blinded.
Don't know if that's going to happen.
yeah. Well, at least for this round, there's a bit of a crawl at the beginning.
The raise is in mid. Jing's been getting the better end of Jorgamo almost every time.
He's pushing through it. Angle here towards the box. No, it's the back of his head. It's not watched for. Jorgamo collects that kill. Over the top of the wall, Team 1. There's a chance for him to get a kill. Maybe equalize it to a 4 versus 4, but had to back away here. Down to that minute mark.
And Jing's looking towards B Heaven in that situation because he's following where Ethan's Trailblazer went.
Great time for a Viper's Pit. This is really going to bog down the choke.
And how do you get through this?
Well, maybe from behind. Jorgamo has gained mid control. Forsaken. Look at him. No favor taking that fight. I mean, taking a ton of damage. Onto the angle, still set up. Crouch peeking. Just wants to disrespect them into B main. And it has funneled everybody up through mid. The space was gained by Jorgamo. They want to go around the Viper's Pit. They don't want to fight through it. But if you leave him up, Divide, it's going to be more than a thorn in their side, man. He could be the difference maker to you winning the round. Ethan cleans him up. Takes him out there. Jorgamo, attempt to punish this one. Forsaken swings into it. Denying it here with the plant at least. Will go down, so time no longer becoming a bit of a problem. Still, Cosmic Divide. Across the site, Viper's Pit of their own. Now drop down. Tons of ults being committed into this one. Jump spot with a shorty. The shot missing just ever so slightly. Demon 1 holding it towards the corner. Again, it's going to come down to a bit of luck of the draw. Spam, maybe. Can they work their way into the pit? Can they try and bring it down? 2 versus 2. Off to the side here. It's Com. Alive and kicking.
They've looked phenomenal at split the last few times we've seen it. Little bait play there to be able to pick up Jing early on. And this is that's the kill that really wins it. Ethan being able to out-duel Divide, who took a moment out of his pit to try over towards B main to start the round.
Stars are plenty. What a defeat of Forsaken. This is pandemonium. Just a recall so that he can set himself up onto an angle, but who knows whose utils whose. Fade into the side, that's a satchel to punish, but such quick reactions. Forsaken! He's a menace! 2 players brought down, a dash reset. He's got it active once more in case he does want to take another peek at things, but just backs away, content to hold the choke.
That is absolutely disgustingly good from Forsaken. The jump repeat back onto the angle to diff Demon 1, and CGRS just holds for info, backs up. Playing his life. Snakebite denies the Trailblazer here, giving Com a little opportunity, but it's still a 3v5.
All off the back of Forsaken.
And what a time for a hero play like that.
Still holding on to the Heaven position. That angle, he opened himself up to it. It was wallbangable, he's weak. He's still holding it though. Hasn't given up this space, which means his team can try and help him out, support him out. 35 seconds roughly left in the round. The site set onto A, but they need an opening.
30
They need
seconds
it now.
left.
Divide still pushing him back. That was his snake bite. Drop down onto the corner. Forsaken. What is that? Spraying him through. He's still watching.
And as the midpoint of the series, potentially, could change the tide of the match. What is that? The confidence level. I mean, look at that from Demon 1's perspective. Can EG find any way of responding to this? They won a Thrifty earlier on, playing over towards A ramp, chaining those 2 duelists together.
I mean, Paper Rex looked like they were anticipating it. I mean, they stacked it with 4 of their players. Now we see it. Showstopper use the satchel movement, though. It's not too great.
Beefed.
Yeah, bangs his head on the ceiling. Rocket into spawn. No real damage done. Demon 1, though, is there. He's on the angle, on the line of sight. Spam onto the corner. Eventually brought down. Satchel's at work, round to the side. Jing, in the middle of all of that, still got a kill onto Jorgamo. And Heaven Controller's there. Spike's still not planted. It's a 2v3.
The backstab.
The backstab. Com needs value. He needs a kill, and the right click does not bless him. Flip of the coin. Not going in his direction. Stars available. Boostio. What can he do to salvage it? Star blossomed up, but it won't matter.
And EG almost got some momentum going with Demon 1 finding the first pick. Good response, though, from CGRS, just spamming through. And Paper Rex eventually deal with this. 2 rounds. 4-player stack over towards A. Hard reading that EG would be leaning right at the start of this.
Same setup as they did just prior. EG were on the Thrifty, and again it's the long migration, the big wraparound. Time to shore up the defenses towards B as mid is completely given up. Dash forwards, up into heaven. Util expended, exchange, another smoke to try and get them in. Demon One, he's so smart with this. Does buy them that space towards the back. Mind Freak though, he's got to try and hold this one. Smoke away and afar. That's
Huge
2
play.
kills, massive from him. Still, they left to contain it. It's Paper Rex leading through. 13-10, they are leading this series.